There are many aspects to what makes us human that education does address, right? You know, our intellect, the skill sets we have, you know, my thumb, it's a part of my humanity, but is that the fundamental, is that what's the most important thing that we should be focusing on? So, you know, the idea of the rudder being our ability to steer and make choices. The idea of an anchor rooting us and connecting us into something deeper, something that keeps us stable. The idea of a sail, which is our creative, adaptive capacity to use the incoming information and resources and winds that comes into our life to propel us forward, to give us locomotion. And then the aspect of the compass, that idea of a navigating tool, the inner North Star, you know, a sense of purpose and direction in life. So with that being said, you know, Michael, also, like adding to this, you mentioned in our conversation this idea of the container versus what's in the container. Maybe that's also an interesting way with the ship, you know, talking about the ship versus what's in the ship. Do you want to just lead us off, I guess, to dive into this? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, as a career educator of young people, what I'm finding is that the system that I'm a part of is a system of transaction. We give input, we measure output, and the cycle goes on. And ostensibly, we're creating civilization. We're creating young people who will go out into the world. But when we're doing these things, are we asking ourselves, who are the young people that we're adding to and then measuring? And I think that's where our conversation begins. Rather than talking about what does the upholstery of the ship look like and who's on the ship and what paint color does the hull have, we're really talking about what are the basic underlying fundamental and foundational pieces of our humanity that, one, connect us all, and two, actually change the human being that we're attempting to enhance or that we're attempting to contribute to society. So oftentimes we have a very transactional way of dealing with our students. And what we're seeking is to say, there's nothing wrong with what we're doing necessarily, but we're missing something. And I don't know if you felt this in your work, but I certainly have in mind that we do everything the way we're supposed to do it, and we even get the outcomes we're supposed to get, and yet there's something else missing. There's something else that we're not addressing, and that is what we're defining as humanity, the actual core of who a person is and who a human being is. And so when we can look at all of the things that we're adding and measure all of the things that are coming out of our students, those are great benchmarks for us to have. But we also have a deeper humanity, a deeper level that is really the construction of who a person is. And we're interested in addressing those aspects of a human being as well in the educational process. And I think that's the difference for me between a transactional relationship with our students and our staff and a transformational relationship.